Phones are good for you. Yeah, you shouldn't use them too much, but that's like anything. Too much water can kill you. But I see a different problem we have with phones. I'm not talking about the cyborgs, people with magnets or chips in their bodies, or those like Neil who uses tech to see colours through vibrations. No, I don't think we'll be putting phones in our bodies anytime soon, but transhumanism is certainly something to think about for the future. The problem I see came from a court case way back in 2014. David Riley had his conviction overturned by Supreme Court by arguing his phone could be an important feature of human anatomy, and that searching someone's phone is not the same as searching property, like a car. His conviction was based on data the police got looking at his phone without consent. So you could say someone's phone is part of their cognition, part of their thinking, how they experience the world. You store numbers in your phone. That functions like biological memory, and functionalism, things with the same function, storing data, suggests the phone storing data is functionally the same as the human brain. So your phone is part of your cognition. The hypothesis of extended cognition suggests your brain is extended to other things like your phone, which is what the judge seems to be supporting here. But embedded cognition suggests that is a bit too much, and only the brain-based parts are cognitive. Enactive cognition goes a bit sideways. It thinks the interaction between the brain, body, and the world is cognition. Then embodied cognition brings it back a little, suggesting cognition depends on the body, like using your fingers to count. There are other theories like affective, emotional cognition, but I'll leave the philosophers to discuss them. So what counts as part of cognition is obviously up for debate, and that is the problem with phones. And other tech, but sticking with phones here. If cognition includes more than our brain, phones, then what about extended assault? Personal assault is actual or intended force against another person without consent. You can't hit people, unless it's like a boxing match. So we can live free with a right to self-ownership and personal autonomy, but legally, not a lawyer here, the line gets fuzzy between person and property. Hitting someone is not the same as keying someone's car. If they break your phone though, is that personal assault? Or extended personal assault? Getting a black eye might be better than a broken phone for some people. Then again, people with dumb phones or older phones that don't contribute as much to cognition might not count. So maybe it is the impact the phone has on the person's life. In which case, it is the interaction between the world, phone, and body, person. That is enactivism, I think. A situation with Neil, the colour-seeing cyborg, has a good case study here. Police thought his cyborg was a camera and damaged it, preventing Neil from seeing colours. The police damaged tech that was contributing to Neil's cognitive experience of the world. Is that extended personal assault? There is no answer here. It is something I would be curious to get your thoughts on in the comments, but other examples I can think of that might be more common? Damaging a hearing aid, walking stick, blind person stick, going a bit sci-fi here, but a pacemaker with hacking, or deliberate technical tampering, slapping someone's phone out of their hand. If we move away from damage and consider exposure, looking at someone's phone without consent is what the police did. People do that all the time. I'm not saying we are assaulting them, but personal privacy comes into question. Obviously, data collection can come into question for marketing and things like that as well, but what and where are the lines between technology and biology in cognition? Phones, technology, and our environment play a role in the way we interact with the world. Don't think you can really argue that. So surely the laws we live by should take account for that. And from an educator's perspective, a boss, teacher, coach, leader, surely the environment should play a large role in learning experiences. But that is what I'm learning about.